Did you see Did you see Joe's first episode where him and that guy's like just trying to figure it out and they're having a hard time? That's wild, man. It's crazy how far they came. It's a long ass intro. It don't stop, maybe.
They probably don't, man.
That's it. We're on the internet. I'm here with Marcus Spurlock, my friend, lead singer of the Muddy Water Band.
That's it, man.
Have you always been the Muddy Water Band?
Since 2008.
What were you before that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just
I was the first band I was ever in. I've been in some since then. 2008, we got cranked up. We was playing around here for 2-3 years real strong, and everybody's lives kind of, well, the truth of the matter is I had a kid.
Oh, son.
And it kind of sat me down for a little while. But my kids are older now, and I got back into it about 3 years ago.
How many you got?
Two
boys. Two boys, man. What's that like?
That's great, man. I love them. They're my reason for getting up and going to work at 4 o'clock every day.
Reason for swinging at that ball, man.
That's right, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some people don't swing at the ball. Why?
I don't know, man. I think it's got to be something in their DNA that they're missing. I don't know, because I just personally got to get up and swing, like I ain't got no quit. I'm game, bro.
Yes, sir. One thing that I have to say, hey, y'all whisper, please. Connor, Kata, I need y'all to whisper. I'm working, right? Marcus gave me $400. I gave him $700. We're trying to make this
we love y'all.
Yeah, we're trying to make $1,600. So come on now. One thing that I have to say is like one group of people that I do respect, and I know you do too, is like the working class people. Because a lot of those people, it's not necessarily that they don't want to swing at the ball. It's that they either had kids or something happened and they had to settle down where they were. They had to do it.
Yeah.
And to see, I've worked in factories before in my life, and to see those people that do that every day for like 10, 15, 20, 30 years, man, I don't know how they do it, but man, I respect the shit out of that.
I've been working, I've started at 16. I got my first job as an electrician's helper.
That's very cool.
Right down here from the tech school, my tech school instructor got me a job with the electricians,
Yes, brother.
I was in industrial maintenance.
Volume down, please. Ma'am, thank you. Go ahead.
And my instructor got me a job with those guys. And then I got in, they called it the Smart Apprentice program, and it was an acronym for something. But they basically put you through.
Super mean and really tough.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say.
There you go. Super mean and really tough. That's pretty good. But they put us through a program, and we went through welding, we went through machining, we went through HVAC, we went through business classes. Like, they put us through all kinds of stuff, and they pretty much made us jacks of all the trades.
Yeah.
And then I got accepted into the Mercedes-Benz maintenance apprenticeship, which I did not get to complete. My car broke down, and it was going to keep me from being able to make it for more than 3 days, and I had to resign from the program. But that carried me, and I learned so much from that. I was able to get a maintenance job coming out of that.
Very cool.
And it was pretty good. I learned a lot. I'm a multi-craft now, that was whenever I was 16. I'm 35. Well, that was after I graduated, so I guess I was 19 at that time. And now I'm 35, but all these years I've pretty much been still learning trades and crafts. And
it's always better. I like to be doing different stuff too. I don't like to do just one thing. It bugs me to do that.
Yeah, I'm not a one-trick pony, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
Yeah.
So, man, you're always having car trouble. Why?
Well, whenever I was climbing towers, I was driving a BMW.
Mm-hmm. And you was making bank climbing towers.
Yeah. And then I wrecked it.
Marcus.
And yeah, that was a bad day. We won't talk about that. But either way, I wrecked it, got in a little trouble, and here we are. But on my car that I have now, I've actually done a lot of work to it. It's running better. And
easy to get in trouble though too.
Oh, it's man, easy. It's not hard.
It's not.
It's not hard.
Just fuck up a little bit and be somebody that's not super, super liked, and you're almost fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate to say that, but it does seem like One thing I've seen around here, I do see people get like arrested for drugs pretty regularly, and I understand. Yeah, they're drug heads, like or dopers, whatever you want to call them, right? Whatever anybody wants to call those persons, alcoholic, whatever this is. I'm drinking right now on Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's my whiskey that I paid for with my money that I earn. I'm not gonna get drunk and do anything
Are we allowed
crazy.
to give any shout outs or anything?
Yeah. Legacy whiskey, man.
Legacy whiskey. It's pretty good, y'all.
Legacy whiskey, $17 at the local liquor store. It's delicious. Can't beat it.
It is really good.
And I've grown a lot from how I used to drink and things like that. But the thing is, I know, like, it's like they don't get a fair shake.
Right.
Yeah, if you keep messing up, that's one thing. But I've seen people get arrested, and automatically they just like, I've seen cops call them like dopers and stuff. Now, I do want to say all cops ain't bad. Now,
no, they're not.
I got pulled up. I get pulled over with some form of regularity. I regularly get pulled over, Marcus. I don't get tickets regularly. When I get pulled over, I'm not an asshole. I'm like, oh man, look, hey, how are you?
That's one of the keys of it. Don't be a dick, bro.
Yeah, and you won't get a ticket for the most part. Now, if you fucked up, you fucked up. But I get pulled over the other day, right over here. A very nice cop. Now, he pulled me over and he said to me, he said, hey man, what are you doing? I was like, just cruising to work, brother. Just trying to, just going to work. You know, I was on a back road.
Yeah.
You know, on back road, I ain't gonna drive like I am on the highway. I was cruising.
Yeah.
I was cruising. And he pulled me over. He said, hey man, where you headed? And I was like, or he goes, you know why I pulled you over? I said, no. Well, he pulls out his phone and he shows me a video of me not driving on my side of the road. Okay. Granted, I'm not going very fast. Yes, I should be on my side of the road. But on these back roads, one thing you don't see is what? Ain't no lines, is there?
No, most of the time, no. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Lines, a lot of times, they're kind of wore out.
So he says to me, he says, hey man, you don't see the line? I said, there ain't no lines there, man. I said, I'm just cruising. He goes, that's cruising. And I know he thinks I'm being an asshole. And I'm not. There's really not a line. I'm on back road, man. And he goes back to his car and I'm like, well, I'm getting a ticket for sure. Like 100 million% for sure. No doubt.
It always makes you kind of almost break out in a sweat and shake a little bit and makes you really nervous. 2
seconds later, he came back. He said, hey man, look, I don't want, it's right here at Christmas, it's the holidays and stuff. I don't want to mess up your Christmas. He said, look, man, I also don't want to see you dead. He said, drive a little better. He said, you get warnings and stuff, but drive a little better. He said, it's not just you on the road. There's other people back here. He said, there's farmers on this road. He said, yeah, you're cruising. You weren't going too fast or nothing. Just stay on your side of the road. Be careful. I don't want to see you dead.
Well, one of my good friends just died this past year because of that very thing. He was going to work and he was on the wrong side of the road and he came around a curve and guess what? There's a dump truck. Yeah.
No. Now, if I'm going around the curve, I'm in the ditch. I'm way over here.
But and he was a really, really good friend of mine too.
Them curves are terrifying.
It caught me by surprise. And that's like Jimmy. You remember Jimmy Wayne?
Yes, yeah. Man.
I don't really know what happened to him, but he ran off the road or something.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Wayne.
I love Jimmy Wayne.
He's a nice guy.
I just want to, I think mutually, that's a friend of both of ours.
Yep. He's a good person. As far as I know, he never ripped me off.
Well, and the dude always was talking about ideas and becoming better and progression, man. He was all about good and like he wanted to do something for the city of Fort Payne and he liked the music scene. Rest in peace, Jimmy Wayne.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Wayne. Do you think he was also rushing places? You think he thought maybe I'm gonna die?
Well, I believe that he was I think you're a couple years younger than I am, right?
I'm 29.
Oh, you're 29? Well, he was a year younger than me.
I didn't know that. I thought he was older.
Yeah, I did too, but he was a year younger than me and he was already accomplished. He had his own business going and he loved so much. And but anytime I would sit around and just talk with him, like it's just me and him talking, he was just always about ideas and he was never talking shit about nobody. If he told you something about somebody that happened, he didn't talk about people,
It happened. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't a shit talker. He didn't talk behind people's back. He always had good things to say. I really appreciated that dude a lot. And I wish more people were like him.
I didn't know him as good as you. But again, I've told you before, he's one of the only people that ever paid me for an after party. And like, man, that's
saying something.
That's some shit, man.
Yeah.
He let us charge a little cover, and he said, man, this is one of the best nights we ever had, and he paid me some money. Dude,
yeah.
That's fucking thank you.
Well, I mean, he told us before, I'm going to pay you this much, right? Or I think we got the door or something. But he said, if we do really good, then I'll give you guys some extra money.
Yes.
And he did do really good that night. And then he comes out with an envelope.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, man, we did really good. He's like, here you go. Like, I promised you I would do this. And that was awesome.
Yes.
Nobody else has ever done that.
No. Now, I've got a buddy, Tyler, right now, man. They'll have comedy shows sometimes. And like, I'm sure you've had it too, where you've got stiffed on money.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? How are you stiffing people on money?
Oh, yeah.
Don't promise somebody a certain amount if you can't do it. Now, there's certain things we can do to make it happen.
I've had it done to me, knowing good and well that they made plenty of money.
Oh, man, that's fucked. That's
because
awful.
We brought a crowd in here, and then they're like, oh, well, and I'm like, nah, bro, like,
you owe me money.
Like, look around, man. There's like 300 people in here.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can't even hardly fit any more people in this place.
Where was it at?
I'm not gonna
just give us a city.
No.
Give us a state.
Alabama.
It wasn't Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a guess. You don't have to confirm or deny. I'm gonna guess Scottsboro is where it was, because there's a lot of people there, and a lot of people just getting into scenes and stuff. And like, it shouldn't be that way, but promoters really are scumbags. And like, I'm a promoter and stuff. I've always.
So you know the crowd. Yeah,
I've always I don't think I've paid I think I've paid exactly what I could when I've paid people money.
Yeah.
I've done a comedy show with Tyler, and I paid everybody exactly the dollar amount they said they'd get. I lost money doing that because it's just, you still got to pay for the venue and stuff. But I told those people that I was going to pay them what I had to. Now, there was one time I had an MMA show in Gadsden, and I got shorted a lot of money that night by a person, and I had to go around to like my crew, ring girls, the music guy, like DJ Snake. I had to go around to Ashton.
Another good dude.
Yeah, man.
He's really good friends with Jimmy Wayne. He's better friends with Jimmy Wayne than me.
Yeah, he's good friends with Jimmy. I had to go around to all these people and explain to them, hey, man, I got to short your money. And that was fucking terrible feeling to do. Like, if it had been my fault, like if I had like spent that money on blow,
yeah,
I'd have been like, okay, I'm taking your money, dog. But instead it was like something that I couldn't control. So having to say it was like, man, I'm just so sorry. Now I'll tell you the truth. So that night, I went to an after party at a place, and I told a few buddies before I got there. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get drunk, and I'm probably gonna go to jail today." I was upset. I was angry.
That's never a good combination.
No, I was upset. I was angry. I was, embarrassed. Because who the fuck don't want to pay people all their money?
Right.
It was, and you're gonna like this story. This is a true story, Marcus. And it was just hard to deal with. And at that point in my life, I knew I can go to that bottle, and it might not fix it, but I'm gonna forget about it. I'll turn that bottle up.
You ain't gonna forget it, but
for a little while I am. So I grabbed the microphone at the after party. We're doing awards and stuff, and I said, "Hey guys, everything gets done." And I said, "Hey guys, look, I'm here all night, and I drink cheap whiskey. Buy me a drink." And what everybody do? They bought me a lot of drinks. I mean, a lot of drinks, Marcus. Well, there was this guy there who at the time, man, I thought he's a real scumbag person. And, once you get drunk, you're going to tell him, hey, you're really not a good person.
I'm bad about that, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not, there's no filter. Hey, you're a bad person.
I don't care either.
So,
some people care.
Yeah. So we're there. Yeah. Not on the liquor, you don't. So we're there, and everything. This is a true story. In the hand to God, this true story. So we're there, everything's going kind of normal, yada yada. Well, all of a sudden, I'm drinking a White Rabbit behind the bar,
wow.
Right? They're, I'm having a good time. Well, everybody gets to the point where they leave, but I'm still there. It's like 15, 20 people, but they're buying me drinks. I'm not going to stop drinking at that point. I'm an alcoholic at this point in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm upset. And I'm very upset, man.
And probably still talking about it.
I didn't tell anybody. I'm not a piece of shit. I didn't put dude's business out there. Yeah. But I was very upset because it wasn't my fault. And so I'm turning up all this stuff, yada yada. Well, all of a sudden, I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but I'm gonna tell this part. I'm telling this guy like how big of a piece of shit he is, because I'm just not happy with how some things have went. You can leave the gym, you can leave the AFC, you can do all sorts of stuff as an adult. You can do things as an adult. Like if you were going to leave the Muddy Water Band tomorrow, would you just be like, oh man, F the Muddy Water Band? Or would you be like, hey guys, it's been real. I've got this really good opportunity. I got
Definitely option number 2.
right.
You know what I
It's an
mean?
adult thing.
Yes.
So I'm just telling
Respect.
him, yeah, like you're a scumbag. And I'm like, I want to hit him, but like I'm not going to hit him in public. You know, I'm just like, you're a bad. I'm trying to get him to leave. So Greg Hopkins is there and he walks up to me and he goes, hey Sam, come over here, man. And Greg Hopkins is my buddy, man. He helped build the AFC. I would never in my life, as a sober person, say a negative word to Greg or about Greg. I just wouldn't do it. It's not a thing that I do. I sing his praises. I love him as a person. He is my friend. So hey, hush. So he pulls me off to the side. He says, hey man, come over here. And I said, shut the fuck up, Greg. And he goes, Sam, don't tell me to shut the fuck up. I said, you shut the fuck up and leave me alone. And he said something, and I don't know what we said to each other. And I go, pow, and I give him a little slap. I'm mad, you know, and drunk. So I give him a little slap. And he goes, boom, punches me in my head, knocks me out. I hit my head on the bar. I go, thump, and I wake up from and I'm so drunk at that point that I'm like blacked out, okay? But he hits me. Bam, my head hits the bar, and I wake up sober. I'm like, hey, what the hell, Greg? I screamed at him. I tried to fight him, man. He just wasn't having it. He just wanted to go home. Greg's good people, man.
Yeah.
And I was in a bad place in my life, and I'm fucked up, and I really never should.
He was trying to help you.
Yeah, he's trying to keep me out of trouble. He's trying to be a good friend. And we've talked since then. I called the next day, had to apologize. And that's a true story, man.
Them next day apologies are the worst.
It's the worst because, like, I woke up. I had some friends, relatives, really. They help us with the show. They sing the national anthem, but when you don't and stuff like that. And they let us stay in their camper that night. And I woke up knowing, I was like, I asked Vicky. I said, "What happened?" She said, "Don't talk to me." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You got a lot of people to apologize to."
Oh man.
And you know, I did. I had to call every damn person that I knew. I had to call the restaurant for getting too drunk at the restaurant. I had to call Greg. I had to call Mark Laws. I had to call a lot of people. That really
sounds like some shit I would do.
Yeah, and that was just a different time in my life. And then I was an alcoholic. I was bad on that drink. Now I sip my liquor.
Yeah,
I'm a dad. I'm figuring all this out, you know. And I think probably I am still an alcoholic. But I don't drink like I used to. I sip, man. I just sip.
And I can handle it better than I used to whenever I was a lot younger.
Yeah, when you're young, on that whiskey, man, it's hard.
Oh, dude, that's bad. Man.
And then if you think
it's just bad news,
if something bad happens and you think that whiskey's gonna fix it, that's hard too, man. It don't do anything. It's gonna cause more trouble.
Well, I wrote a song recently, and there's a verse in it that I'll speak right now. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to speak it without singing it. Let me think about it for a second.
While you're thinking on it, Lost Highways, was that who was that?
Hank Williams.
All right, so here's my theory on the Lost Highways. I think he was fucked up a lot.
Oh, he was.
I think he was drunk and high. And how many times have you woke up somewhere and not known how you got there?
Several.
That's the Lost Highway to me, man. I think that's the Lost Highway because I've when I was younger, idiot, dumb shit, and he was 40, 50, 60 probably, or however old he was before he died.
He died when he was 27.
Okay, then he was just fucked up for those probably 15 of those years, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he never was gonna find him. What'd he die from?
Alcohol and pills.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. He lost those highways. He just sometimes he got home.
The 27 Club, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty much the founder, man.
Who else is in the 27 Club?
There's a lot of them. I don't know.
Kurt, yeah. Cobain.
Yeah. I think I don't know I don't want to say Dimebag Darrell from Pantera, but I know that did you know that somebody literally came in a concert and shot that man?
Yeah. Killed him dead, yeah.
On stage.
Yeah.
With a shotgun.
That's insane. Why?
Right in the middle of a solo, like just blew him away.
He was hooking up with their wife, probably.
They said it was a deranged fan, but
is that? I mean, more likely he hooked up with their wife. She was a groupie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should he have done that? No. Should he have been killed? No. That guy should have divorced that lady.
Yeah. He should have left his wife or whatever. And that's how you handle that, you know.
Do you think Nirvana? I don't hate Nirvana, but they're not on my playlist in my car, right? Do you
Mine
think
either? But they're good. You know that they recorded their first album in 6 hours.
that's very
The
cool?
whole thing, they like from beginning to end. And they only took one take for each song.
That's very cool. I'm not saying they're not good, but do you think they're a little overhyped because Kurt died?
Probably.
I think so, man.
I feel like if I died, we would be famous tomorrow.
Oh, here for sure. I was gonna go to his next concert, man.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna do it. That's like I'm not planning on dying, but if I did, it'd be I've got people that have done me dirty that would be like, well, I was gonna patch up the ship. We was gonna make it right.
Yeah.
You don't get to do it.
Yeah.
And then there was gonna be it'd be like just a big deal because like what we brought here, but also like another thing that I see is like it actually might not be because like you asked, I told you I've been thinking about moving, right? We're not. It's not that we're not important here. It's that the people here that have the platforms that we can use almost don't want us to be important here.
I heard something the other day that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life, and I need you to carry it too.
I got you.
Share this with you right now, and everybody listening. In order to gain power, for you to gain power, someone else has to lose it,
and they don't want to.
No, they're not going to come off of it easy, man.
No, they don't want to, and that's partly why I'm thinking about moving. Because, like, dude, honestly, we can say whatever, but if we're talking about the AFC, we had 11 shows, we had 11 people go to a big show, television. 11 out of 11, man, we're shooting for 100 right now. That ain't bad. When we bring shows to town, it's like $2,000 at the hotel. All these people that are buying tickets coming from Huntsville, the people that are in Huntsville have zero reason to ever come to Rainsville, Alabama. Zero reason.
But they do.
They do when the AFC's in town, and they spend their money here. Yeah. They spend that money here. We brought a lot to the town, and like as far as we did it with almost no fanfare there was no news channel, there was no newspaper, there was no real support from any body like that here, because this is the Bible Belt. It's hard for them to get behind. I understand that.
We get treated kind of crackerjack around here.
Yeah,
I feel like,
yeah. Well, I had one group of people, one newspaper asked me for the news rights to my company. Well, yes, but we need front page when we're in town, and we need front page leading up. Because we need that help. You have a big reach. We need that extra push.
Well, they want your money. They want you to pay for the front page, man.
Well, no, but not if you're getting the full rights. That's the payoff. That was the agreement.
Right.
That was the agreement. I said, yes, put us on the front page when we're in town and when we're coming for about 2 or 3 weeks, just so people know we're coming. And that's not hard. And even if you don't just put us on the front page, put us on your Facebook page. Something, right?
Make some noise for us.
Because like we're doing 700, 1,500, 2,500, blah, 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 big numbers without you doing anything really hard.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of aggravating to see. Like Tyler's doing comedy now. And unless Tyler gets incredibly successful as a comedian, he's not going to get any support from here. Trevor's on TV now. Yes, Trevor has support from here, right?
There's still a lot of people around here that don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
I tell people about him all the time.
Yeah. And you've got the football player. What was his name?
Oh, for the Browns or whatever.
Yeah.
Not the Browns, the Bengals.
Yes. What did it take for him to get any kind of real recognition here?
Going to the NFL.
Oh, going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He had to go. Was it the Super Bowl or am I wrong?
Yeah.
He had to go
I'm
win.
I'm pretty sure he won the Super Bowl.
He had to go win the fucking Super Bowl to get any kind of real attention around it.
If it hadn't been for him, I think that team would have lost.
I almost don't think he ever lives here again. I almost think he's like, no, I'm going to stay in Cincinnati.
Well, yeah, he comes around here sometimes to see his family and stuff.
I
think.
But why would he?
Most of the time, he takes them over there to see him.
Yeah, because he won the Super Bowl. And that's just a weird thing for me to see.
You know where I think would be a really good place for you and myself?
Tell me.
Nashville.
I love Nashville. I've talked to, and I'm going to say it on loud on the internet. There's a show up there called Valor, and Tim Loy used to run it.
Yeah.
I don't hate Tim Loy. I'm not going to trash him. I just think if that gym and that show will give me the opportunity to run their show around Nashville, do all this stuff, they can blow that shit up and make it what it's supposed to be. I think I can really do that. They've got a good following.
I don't think you mean any disrespect in saying that. I just think that you believe in yourself and your capabilities.
Give me the opportunity.
Nothing wrong with that.
Give me the opportunity to do it. Let me live around Nashville for a while. Let me go to the Smokies.
I think you just put an offer on the table.
I did. Well, I've messaged them too. The thing is, the offer's out there. I'm still going to run the AFC, but let me come to Tennessee a little bit. I think think.
Dude, I respect what you do. I think you're really good at it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You got that drive. You got that persona.
I like someone asked me the other day about my talking, and I said, well, it's not that I like to talk. It's that if I'm sitting here and me and you are just quiet and there's that awkward silence, I'm gonna have to feel that.
Yeah.
I can't stomach it.
Yeah.
What's been the where's your favorite place that you've got to play so far?
My favorite place that I've ever played?
Yeah, man, favorite place. Favorite thing you've done. And I'll get us some ice. Let's finish these up. I'll get us ice.
I could take a couple cubes, but
I need ice and a drink.
Either way, my favorite place, the coolest thing that I think I've ever done. All right. So we just spoke about Nashville, right? My whole life, since I was a 4-year-old child, like your little kids running around in here.
Yes,
right
yes.
now, I've dreamed of being who I am today more than what I am today. I haven't made it yet, but like I've dreamed since I was a small child, this is the person that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I always dreamed about going to Nashville and playing on Broadway. And, because I heard all these stories and all this stuff about how, cool it was and everything. Never got to go.
Never been in. Okay, go ahead. I got you.
The first time my boots ever touched the ground in Nashville, I was playing there.
Yeah?
Yes.
Felt some energy, didn't you?
Oh, my God, dude. We were on Broadway. We were playing at Cadillac Ranch.
Yeah.
Which is now Jason Aldean's bar.
Very cool.
Yeah. They closed down Cadillac Ranch after the flood. You remember the flood in Nashville?
Yes, that was insane.
Ago? That Cadillac is still there. It was floating, floating in there. Like it floated the Cadillac off the bar, bro.
Yeah.
And it's still in there. They restored the Cadillac.
That's awesome.
It's on the bottom floor. It's one of the nicest Cadillacs you ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
It's a 2-door, like pimp.
Okay.
And so we played downstairs on the main stage. There's 3 floors now. And Nashville is insane. When's the last time you've been there?
Probably like 2 or 3 years. I ain't been in a minute, man. I love Nashville.
Like I think you and your wife should go sometime.
She let me take her to a UFC fight for her birthday.
Really?
Yes. And she had never been to Nashville. While I'm on the subject, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You remember where you was at? I gotta say it or I'll forget. While we was in Nashville, she never been to Nashville before, never been. So I said, look, let me take you to the UFC fight for your birthday. So my brother Zach, who's on here, he's excited to hear you play music. He likes the way you sing.
I love that.
I asked him if he would watch the kids for a night with his girlfriend at the time. He said yes. So he was just gonna watch them until we got back. Couldn't watch them all night because he's a little younger. So we go to Nashville, and we're in Nashville. We're turning up at the UFC fight. We're screaming, "Ole, ole!" My buddies were there. I'm losing my mind. Right? I'm the only person in the place doing it, but I'm like trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
Fights get over. We leave. We go out in Nashville. I'm like, well, Vicky, let's go out to the bars and stuff. Well, I didn't have a lot of money. I still don't have a lot of money, but I didn't have any money at the time.
There like $8 a piece.
This was probably closer to like 4 years ago. But yeah, it's like $8 a piece.
Then.
yeah, it's a long time, man.
Yeah.
So we got into Nashville. I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but we're gonna tell it. So we're walking around downtown and stuff. We're going into bars. Well, I like about hit my money limit, right? Well, I see this group of beers get dropped off. It wasn't my beer, Marcus, but I took my wife a beer. I had a beer. I was that asshole. No one knew. They were drunk, like passed out on the floor or something.
Oh yeah,
but I got a free beer. So we keep walking around town. Well, we see this girl. I'm with Corey Perigo and my wife, and we see this girl get jack slapped outside the bar. And my buddy Corey, he just really can't stomach it. He's just a nice person. He can't, Corey, he can't handle that.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So he goes,
that changes the game right
yeah.
there. If it was another girl, I'd be like,
yeah. So he goes, yeah, if it's a girl, hell, I'm gonna watch. So he goes, hey, motherfucker, you don't do that shit. And I'm like, Corey's got this, man. Corey's gonna handle this business. Well, Corey's talking to the guy that done the slapping, but then this big ass cat walks up behind that dude, and he's like, "No, you don't do that, motherfucker!" Like he's like, "You don't talk to my buddy like that." So Corey and the little guy start fighting. Corey picks him up, throws him like through the air onto his neck on the concrete, and he's kicking the shit out of him. Well, the big guy starts walking up to Corey. That's my boy, dog. We ain't gonna have it. So I shove him, and dude, I pop him, man. I popped in his shit, son. I hit him hard. I hit him harder than I probably hit anybody in my life, right? And he goes, looked at me, man.
Oh man.
And so I thought, well, maybe I slipped off.
Maybe I need to pick up a baseball bat right now.
so I go, well, maybe I slipped off a little bit when I hit him. So I load up and I deck cap in his nose and snaz, man. He goes, and I'm just like, and my wife walks up because she's gonna have my back. And I'm like, I snatch her. I'm like, hey, we're leaving. We got the hell out of there. They didn't chase us. That guy would have beat the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah.
He was just like, nah, man, you ain't that cat. You ain't built like this. I'm big as shit. And I was like, you're fucking right. So
well, at least you kept him off your buddy.
Yes, dude. So we decide to go home, but first we're gonna rest. Well, my brother's got his wife, his girlfriend at the time. They got married later on down the road. And he's calling me. Where you at? We wake up at like 3 a.m. We're asleep at a gas station because we're not going to drive and drink because that's immature to do.
Yeah, that's stupid.
3 hours driving drunk? No, thank you.
Absolutely.
We wake up, everything gets square. My wife had a few drinks that night, a lot of drinks that night. And so before we went to sleep in the car, me and my Corey got hot dogs in the gas station. We ate a lot of hot dogs, chili cheese dogs and stuff.
Oh, God.
And she goes, I'm going to throw up. And I go, no, you're fine. And she's little. Everybody knows my wife's tiny person. She goes, I'm going to throw up. And I go, well, do it. Find something. Get out of the car. And there's this little coffee cup, no bigger than this, in the car.
God.
And she goes, telling
her stories in here.
Yeah, just the tiniest amount of throw up. I'm like, that's why I married you. Because like my puke is aggressive.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
and Zach keeps calling us, man. He's very mad. And I'm like, Zach, just tell her to drive home. She's 16. She can drive her car. And he goes, I ain't going to make her drive in the rain. It was just raining a little bit, like where he lived. And he was like, it was just impossible to do that I was going to make her drive home in the rain. He just wasn't going to have it, man. It was an insane thing. They were so mad when we got home. He made her, when they walked out of my door, right in their car left. They didn't talk to us. They was mad, and understandably so, I guess. But like the conversation, Zach, was you were going to watch the kids all night. That's your fault. You dropped the ball. You didn't tell nobody.
Hey man, whenever we're a little bit younger, a lot of times we react to things in such of a way that we look back on it later and we're like, man, what the hell was I so mad about?
How so tell me more about what it felt like, man, playing in Nashville. That felt magic, didn't it?
Oh, dude. For that to be my first time stepping in Nashville, like, it was a big thing for me. Like Cadillac Ranch, I had been around for years, man. Like I'd heard of this place before. Chris Ledoux wrote a song called Cadillac Ranch.
Ooh, what's he sing though? The big one.
Cadillac Ranch was probably his biggest hit.
Nah, but there's one like kind of white trashy one. Is it Cowboy Hat?
Yeah, this Cowboy's hat.
Zach loves that song. If you touch this Cowboy's hat.
Yeah, and that's a good one.
Yeah.
That Copenhagen song, he sang that too. He's got a lot of good music, man. He's dead. Rest in peace. He died in his 40s, I think, from throat cancer or something.
That's awful. That's crazy.
Copenhagen killed him.
Shouldn't be doing it. Don't dip, don't smoke, don't drink. It's all bad for you. If you're under 21, 18, 19, blah, 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 just don't. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not a habit worth picking up. Any of that. Drinking's fun, but
not worth it.
It makes you make really bad decisions whenever you're younger.
Yep.
Even whenever you're older. It's like we were out somewhere and this dude's girlfriend was there, right? They're not together anymore. I do not like her.
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant.
To him, yes.
To me, it's irrelevant. To this conversation, it doesn't matter. But I just wanted to throw in there that I don't like her.
I got you.
So this was really funny to me. All right. I don't like her because of what she put my buddy through, but that doesn't matter. So we were at the bar, right? And it was a bar that it was the evening time. You go in and you eat, and kids are allowed to be in here till like 9 or 10 or something like that.
And then get the hell out.
So her daughter's like 14 or 15, and they were in there. They had ordered a pizza, and her daughter's sitting there eating with her. She orders a drink, and her daughter like rolls her eyes at her, right?
Yeah.
And she said, "Don't you roll your eyes at me? I'm grown. I'll do what I want." And she says, "Yeah, Mommy, you might be grown, but sometimes when you're drunk, you don't act like it."
Oh God! How old was the girl?
She was like 14.
Oh God! Man.
Roasted her ass, bro. That was like
in public.
One of the highlights of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
loved
like,
it.
it's
And she
bad.
was right, though. It's the thing. Like, she is right.
It's bad that the kid knew. She's like, you just can't handle your shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the kid was telling the truth, and I'm not like Sobers is one of the best people in the world. I'm not
Yeah.
going to really trash talk her. She's
Yeah.
a good person.
Well, drunk people change.
Yeah,
I don't know who I am when I'm drunk. I don't have any
that's why
idea,
she said.
man.
She says, "Yeah, Mama, you might be grown, but sometimes when you're drunk, you don't act like it." That was
Good
I
God.
was like, "Oh my God!"
And that's why I try not to get drunk anymore. I sip. I enjoy the taste. I enjoy the. I'll have a couple, but I'm not turning up with anybody. If I was the best thing that I think could be for me, if I was to decide right now, hey, I'm going to go get very, very, very drunk, would be for my wife to lock me in a building, a room that I cannot physically get out of. It would need to be a metal door locked, and just leave me to be. Leave me alone. Leave me in here. Let me.
Okay, well, we
do
need to
that.
create a thing called the
think
trash can, right?
I like it.
All right, we're gonna call it the trash can, and it's a place where a group of people they pay to get locked in this bitch, and they can't leave.
Yes.
The only way that anybody's leaving this bitch is on a stretcher.
Yeah. and then we have security just because for insurance you have some security, and then you make it like a reality show. Hey, this is where you're at right now.
We're in the trash can.
Yeah, welcome to the trash. Have fun. There's music. There's TV. There's yada yada yada.
Whatever. If you want to tear the fucking shit up, like you paid for all this pretty much. So
yeah. So it's on
break
you.
stuff, whatever. We don't care.
And people are alcoholics, and I don't think I'm the only one that can say like if I needed to go get drunk, that's what should happen.
That's where you should go, right?
Yep, because you can't
Let's
drive.
Go to the trash can.
Yeah.
Like once a year.
Yes. Let's go to the trash can, man. And then like there's say security, there's additional rooms, like smaller room. You're out, you're done. You're in a prison cell now until you wake up.
Yeah, if you act up like you're going to jail.
I'm coming to fight you, boy. Well, cool. No,
there ain't no fighting. We ain't doing that.
And there's got to be cameras in there because in case they start choking on their vomit or something. But I think I don't think it's a bad idea, and I've thought about it before, and you have too. I think let's go to the trash can. Yeah. You'd have to find the right town to open it in.
Right. Well, dude, it would just any big city. Atlanta would probably be like
Atlanta. The thing is, though, I can see
Nashville.
I can see Atlanta, Nashville, and really any big town going bad. Because, like, imagine you're like some dude or some dude's girlfriend, and like you're like, hey man, they got me locked in here, won't let me out. You signed the waiver that you didn't want out.
You have to sign it. You're not taking your phone in the cell, bro.
Okay, I like that. Leave your phone here.
No,
I like that.
Going to jail, man.
I like that. That's cool. But there's TV, there's drinks, there's.
If you get so fucked up that we can't handle you anymore, you're getting locked up, man.
Hang on, I'm gonna grab a ice.
Grab me a couple cubes of ice too, if you don't care, brother.
That's all right.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to throw out there, I appreciate my buddy Sam the Kaplan right here putting me on this podcast today. We have a good time every time we get together.
Yes, brother, we got to.
This is great. I love doing this. I'm glad for anybody that's listening or watching. I seen that you have our last podcast up on YouTube.
Yes, bro, yes.
Yeah, man. You type my name in and the podcast pops up. Yeah. We're sitting over here chilling. Big pimping.
A lot better now, ain't it?
Oh man, this is great, man. It's only gonna get better from here.
Yes, brother. We're trying for sure. Trying to add a little bit here and there.
Here, I'll take another drop of that, man.
That's all right. $17. It was on sale.
Yeah, you can't beat it. Legacy whiskey.
Yes.
It's got a hawk on a barbed wire fence on the front, which is really cool. That's some Alabama shit right there.
And it's $17.
80 proof.
80 proof. Now normally I drink tequila.
I love me some tequila now.
I love tequila is the problem.
You know,
but I've never had a problem on tequila. I
some Don Julio last night.
Don't buy Alto's tequila.
Hey, what about the Rocks tequila?
Just buy Alto's. You're going to save money on the Alto's. It's top shelf. It wins awards all the time. Just buy the Alto's. Alto's Reposado. Get the brown. It's a nice bottle. It's good tasting, good with a lime. You don't need to mix it with nothing. All you need is a lime and some salt, and you're in good place, man. It's good sipping.
What is that?
Tequila.
The Rocks tequila is what's Tremana?
I don't know.
Tremana? Have you not seen it?
No.
By the way, he called me out on my rock shoes.
He is wearing the rock shoes.
I'm wearing the rock shoes.
Bring them back a little to you.
Awesome. So I fucking love them. I want a pair in every color.
So tell the Rock to sponsor Marcus.
Yes. I really want a red pair. I ain't gonna lie, man. There's something like a red pair of these, dude.
They feel good though?
Oh yeah, dude.
What do you think the chances are of the Rock being president? Is it not a popularity contest at this point? You're telling me, like, let's say The Rock and Donald Trump.
I'd really, honest to God, feel like morally, like I may be wrong, man, but like the picture of The Rock that's painted in my mind. Now we both know that he is wrapped up in Hollywood really heavy.
Yes.
We're not going to open that can of worms today.
Good.
But I feel like he is a representative of honor.
Yeah.
And righteousness was the image that
that's what he puts out.
That's what he puts out. And I really got a lot of respect for that, man. As far as him being president,
I think it's possible.
You know, I came up with a movie scheme one time.
Tell me.
That was Mr. President.
Yeah.
Right? And that was the name of the movie.
Okay.
And it was a movie where The Rock, I came up with this in my own mind.
All right.
The Rock was the president and I was his bodyguard.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, he's the president, right? But he's also he's the president, but he's also like the baddest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
And I am his bodyguard.
Yeah. So you're pretty bad.
Which is, I mean, and it was Mr. President, and it was a situation where America fell, and we had to fucking save the world, essentially.
Yeah, you and The Rock.
Yeah, me and The Rock.
That's cool,
save
man.
the fucking world, bro.
I think it's I don't think anyone wants to agree, but I think it's incredibly possible.
Wouldn't that be a kick-ass movie?
Yeah, the movie sounds great. I just think it's very possible that he could be the president, not based on what he knows in politics.
No, politics. Fuck politics, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is bullshit. All that is people trading money.
Yeah.
And then they don't give a shit about what they're trading it for.
Yeah.
Like, they sell us out all the time.
Yeah. All
the time. Us that put them there.
Yeah, we voted.
For money in their hand.
It's like the sock mills that were in, there used to be a ton of sock mills in Fort Payne, right? Sock capital of the world.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
No, it's not. No,
that's because they sold their company.
But
to
as far as
overseas.
The Rock being president, I mean, I feel like he'd do a lot better than damn Joe Biden's doing right now.
I think anybody that can put a coherent sentence together would do better than Joe. He said the other day, he said gas prices are lower than they've ever been.
He's an idiot.
Ever. And it's like $4 right now for gas, man. It's hard to get places.
I hate that I have to even say that about the president.
It's our president. If he was to get assassinated or something or attacked or something, I would feel bad. I'd be like, man, I hate it.
That would be horrible. I don't want that for anybody.
No, I don't want anyone to get hurt or die. I just think, if anything,
I just feel like he should probably
step down,
removed.
Just stop. Like, you can't talk. There was
the people that are in there behind him are worse than he is, though. They're not. I mean, like, sadly, it's not even my opinion. This is a fact. That the administration that's in charge right now is really sketchy, man.
Yeah, it's weird because it does seem like they are allowing sex trafficking to happen.
Yeah,
it does seem like it, man.
Well, they're
not doing much to stop it. There's like realistically, the FBI, they're worried about our phone calls and stuff like that.
Well, this conversation right here is how we die. So you know.
So if we die, you know why?
Yeah, we did not commit suicide.
No, never. I would not death myself.
I've been telling people for years, if they ever come out and say that I committed suicide, they killed me because of something I said.
Agreed. And so if they can keep track of us and everything that we do and keep track of our phones and keep track of this, that, and that. There's no way to keep track of who's sex trafficking. There's no way hey, seeing someone's phone, hey, I got this girl for sale.
They know all about it, man.
They're not doing anything to stop it.
Well, I'm really biting my tongue right now on this subject.
Don't speak freely. That's what this is for.
Well,
we haven't seen the list
because they know about it.
Yeah, we haven't seen the list.
Well, it's
the flight log. We ain't seen it.
It's everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, like all of these people that are up here in charge, we're all there.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want the list to come out.
Yeah. And so they don't have to put it out, so they won't. Legally, they don't have to.
Because they are running shit. Yes. They are running shit, and then they're covering up their own asses.
It's crazy. More kids go missing in like Disney World and like the Grand Canyon than almost like anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And there's just like the whole thing of tunnels under there, man. Marcus, we've been on here about 45 minutes. Get that guitar out a little bit. You ain't got to
All right,
sing a
man.
lot. Marcus has got a sore throat today. We are on the internet.
Well, it's not sore. I'm just like I played a show last night. I am a little hoarse. Let me get this thing out.
Don't go crazy. And then look, move it again. Move it from you, and then you can turn it to you as long as the front is facing you like this. So like here they go. Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah. And then hang on, I got you back. Oh.
Let's check out this guitar case. It's been run over by F350.
And it's still so look, as long as the front is facing you, it's picking you up.
This right here, you know what this was? My brother put this on here. It's totally destroyed right now, this sticker.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
What?
One of these.
Oh, you piece of shit.
And it says you looked.
You're a piece of shit. No, but seriously,
destroyed though.
You've got your headphones on, right? So you can hear how you sound.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't sound bad. This is not a professional studio. This is fun. Zach's excited to hear you sing.
Well, I'm going to play a song for everybody that I just wrote. The one that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And I'm just going to do that.
He gonna sing a song, Connor. You gonna listen?
This song is it's going on our album, actually. The band wants to put it on the album.
Yes, all right. When's the album coming out?
Don't know, man. It's not done. Rest in peace to Jeff Cook. We're recording in his studio, you know.
Dude, what about that?
He's had Parkinson's disease for a long time. He was in his 70s.
He's just old.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. How bad?
He's resting in peace right now. He's better off.
Rest in peace, Jeff Cook. How bad do you think the cop felt that arrested the other guy? I don't remember who it was.
Gentry?
How bad do you think he felt? You don't think he felt like an asshole?
Probably not. He didn't give a shit. He was probably like, oh, you know.
You druggie.
This thing's severely out of tune.
No, you're good, brother. This is fun. That's why we're here. That was a quick hour, boss. I'm going to get you a hat for that girlfriend you got, too.
They don't even nobody know I have a girlfriend right now, really.
They know now. He gonna play some music. Oh, show him how you sing. Say ha 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 ha.
Is this working? There it is. Oh man. So many nights I've been singing these tunes to lovers, drunkards, and heartbroken fools. Stand on the dance floor with the glasses held high as they can. Oh, they'll salute you every time to love gone wrong. Here's to the ones that have torn us apart. Here's to the ones that tried and got caught. And here's to all of the hearts that we break, just trying to find the right one. Here's to our friends, here's to love gone wrong. Here's that verse I was talking about. I know for certain ain't no kind of poison that helps to numb the pain. Wake up the next morning, now your heads are hurting, and the memory still ain't went away. So here's to the ones that have torn us apart. Here's to the ones that tried and got caught. And here's to all of the hearts that we break, just trying to find the right one. Here's to our friends, here's to love gone wrong. Lord, there ain't nothing to heal a heartache like the words of a sad country song. It takes hold of that feeling and it helps you let go, 'cause now you know going all alone. So as long as there's a dance floor, cowboy blues, two lovers on fire in the light of the moon. As long as there's someone's heart left to break, I'll keep right along singing these tunes. I'll toast you every time it's love gone wrong. So here's to the ones that have torn us apart. Here's to the ones that tried and got caught. And here's to all of the hearts that we break. Just trying to find the right one. Here's to our friends, and here's to love gone wrong. Cheers, brother.
That was good, man. I like that. Put that on the album for sure. Move your head, please. Dude, yes, that was awesome. That's a good song.
I'm glad you like it, man.
My brother said that was awesome. He said it was fucking awesome. That was good, man. I like that
Yeah.
song.
Well, that's going on the album. That wasn't my greatest performance, I'll say.
Well, we're not in a studio, and like you know,
I mean, it's early in the morning.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
I'm
You sang it
all night. I'm drinking again this morning.
That's a good song. When'd you write it? How'd you write it?
You know what, dude? That's an interesting story, man. I was actually talking to a man that's from around here. He's been playing music around here. Let me get this back over here.
Yeah, do you think? And then look, so this thing, spin it. If you can see no letters on the front, yeah, spin it towards you.
There we go.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that was awesome. That's a good song, man.
there's a man he's been playing music around here for longer than I've been alive, probably. You know.
Who?
His name is Don. For some reason, I know his last name like I know my own. It's evading me right now.
It happens, man. It happens. I'm so bad at names.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're listening.
So I call that Don song, right? Because I was sitting in the bar and I was talking to him one night, and he says, "You know, all these years I've been a singer," and he's a bass player. He plays guitar. He's a really, really good keyboard player. I'll think of his last name here in a second. But
Yeah.
Either way, like a lot of people know who he is, and he's been around here for a long time. He's a really great musician, and he's a really good singer. He sounds a lot like Merle Haggard.
Very cool.
Right? And so if you could imagine Merle Haggard singing that song, it's kind of like I wrote that song for him.
Yeah.
Before we were having a conversation.
Go ahead, go.
And he said, "You know, I've never really been a songwriter." He said, "I've tried my hand at it. I'm just not really that great at writing songs." He said, "I've always been a singer. I've always played." He's like, "I've been doing this my whole life." He's probably 70, you know. If he's not, he's knocking on the door.
Yeah, getting there.
Yeah. And so my question to him was, if you were to write a song, because I am a writer and that's how my mind works, I was like, if you were to write a song, what would you write a song about? And he stopped and he thought for a second, and then he looked at me and he said, "Love Gone Wrong." And I was like, I think you found the title.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's strong stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I wrote that about him.
That's pretty neat, man. That's cool. Because everything don't work out the way everyone thinks it's going to. Like Vicky left me, but she still lives here in the meantime. No, she loves me. We're gonna be together forever, I hope. But leading up to me getting with my wife, there was tons of ladies I was with before, and there was men she was with before me. And it's not always what you like in high school, man. You think every girl's that one, man. You think that's it. And like I had my heart broke some in high school. You probably did too. You probably broke some girls' heart in high school.
Let me tell you the secret, man, that I've learned from watching and listening and everything like that. The secret is you got to keep treating her how you did when you were trying to get her.
Yeah.
You can't get complacent. You can't get comfortable.
So hit her more.
If that's how you got her. If you got her because she liked being slapped around, I guess you got to keep smacking her around.
Here's the thing. When she got with me, I was really fat. And like you said, I'm looking kind of in shape right now, man. And so I think in order to get her to stay like long term, I have to eat like all the McDonald's, all the cheeseburgers, all the everything.
I doubt that, man. I think that she highly appreciates you being in good shape.
Heck yeah, brother. I'm changing the name of the podcast.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling it No Smoking. Look at the sign.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. You can vape in here, totally fine. But I'm changing it to that because it's
I like the rough cut. Though.
I like the rough cut, but it's something's pulling me toward that. I found that mirror. I was driving through town, through Rainsville, and I went by a yard sale, and I saw something said
I like that mirror.
something said stop at the yard sale, so I dropped in at the yard sale. I saw a camera at the yard sale, and I was like, well, let's see what they want for that camera. But the camera was old. I didn't want the camera, and I got looking, and I saw that, and I said, well, how much do y'all want for that? And they said, $2. I said, can y'all take cash? No, you smoke in here. You fine, man. You can vape in here. It's gonna be a good story. You vape in here, Marcus. You're a grown ass man. You're fine. You're here on the podcast. This is fun, and we're buddies. And but I got in there and I got to looking around. I said, well, how much y'all want for that mirror? Because like it hit me weird.
Yeah.
And I said, how much y'all want for that? They said $2. I said, well, can y'all take Cash App or PayPal? And they were old, man. I knew the answer when I asked. The answer was gonna be no. And
Right.
sure enough, no, dude, we don't even know what that is. So I said, well, let me go look in my car, see what I can find. And I started scrounging in my cup.
Yeah.
How much change do you think was in that cup?
$1.50?
It's $2, brother.
Oh, no way.
It was on the
Meant to
money.
be.
It was on the money. I took them $2 in quarters. I said, guys, that's all I got. They said, take it and go. I said, thank you. And I don't know, man. It feels right. It feels like it's something good. Today felt good. That song felt good, man. That song felt right. That song felt good. That's a good song, brother. Yes, it is.
I didn't write it for myself. You know what I mean? Like I was completely and totally. I wrote that because I want to hear him sing it.
How many times have you sang it before in front of people?
Just a very few.
Yes, cool. So we're one of the
new,
first, man.
Yeah, that's the first time it's ever been put out like that.
That's very cool,
Yeah.
brother. That was a rough cut, brother.
That was
so
a
it's
rough
hard
cut.
not to be the rough cut, but
yeah.
I'm trying to the universe, God, all this stuff, man. There's all sorts of things we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find. We're supposed to do. And I'm trying to. I fight stuff, man. I fight against people. I fight against people helping me. I fight against a lot of stuff. And I'm trying to find who I am. I'm trying to find what God wants me to be. And some people don't believe in God.
I believe that you are being everything God has intended you to be, and you're not to exactly where you're supposed to be or where you're going. Neither am I, but I believe that we're both on the right track.
I appreciate that,
Brothers
Marcus.
in the same cause, man.
I do too, man. I love you to death. I think you're good people, man.
You too, bro.
I do want to get together and do a show. Me and Tyler's planning something right now. It's going to be some music, some comedy, some
fuckery.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a cool.
I can see it on your face, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say it and somebody steal my idea. We think we got something pretty cool in the works, and he mentioned you right away, and I thought, yes, fuck yeah, you're right.
Dude, we need to put the show together. I think
there's some cool stuff we can do.
You'll be able to make it happen. But before I know we're getting close to the end, and before we end, I want to bring something really cool up, and I'm going to call out somebody really big, right? So they may never hear it, but in the event that she does hear it,
yes,
I heard a rumor. This is all it is. It's actually not a rumor. It's the truth that the caverns, the caverns.
Oh God, it's so cool. Go ahead.
I've never been there.
No, I've never been. I want to do a show there so bad. Okay. I can't stand it.
All right. So the caverns. Right?
Yes. I want to fight there. I want music there.
They're in negotiations with Lainey Wilson right now.
Okay.
Trying to get her to play there.
Okay.
And they're also talking about us opening up for her.
Yes. And Sam can come.
Sam can come.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Dude, the caverns is such a cool place. If you don't know the caverns, there's these caves in Tennessee, man. And they have concerts there, they have parties there, they have all sorts of cool things there, man. That'd be so cool for you, man.
Yeah,
that'd be so fucking awesome.
She just won a bunch of CMA awards.
Yes, that'd be so cool. The caverns is cool, brother. I'd be there 100%. I'd be there 100%. I'm bringing my camera.
Well, if I get any free tickets, bro,
I don't need the free ticket, but if you get one, I'm poor. I have 7 kids. Throw me a ticket. But look, regardless, I'm coming. I'm gonna bring my camera. Give me a little interview when you're not famous and shaking hands and stuff. Give me a little time. I think that'd be so cool for you, man. That's very cool. The caverns is a very cool place. Though? That's amazing.
That's something that it may or may not happen. I'm not saying that it's going to or anything like that. But Laney Wilson, if you happen to catch this or you see this,
Please.
by chance,
And
please, baby, let us play.
And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add to it. Let's say Laney Wilson says no. You know who I would think also would be cool to play there and has come very close to there? She's been in Huntsville.
Who?
What's her name? Who's the band? No, here you go again. You say you won't.
Oh, you're talking about Stevie Nicks?
That would be so cool too, man. That would be so cool. I can't sing, but I had to. Yeah, that would be cool too. And she'll come close to here. She'll come close to here. So if that other lady won't, I think Stevie Nicks will. Stevie Nicks gonna come too. Either one's cool, man.
Yeah, I feel like she would go for it.
Dude, yes. All right, cool, man. So either
it'd be really cool to meet her too. You know?
Dude, Stevie Nicks
like a really cool person.
You know what's crazy? Is she so normally in a relationship it's the man cheating. Stevie Nicks was whoring around.
Oh, she was terrible.
She was bad to that guy, and I feel bad for him. But we still love Stevie Nicks. I love her music, brother.
She's a really good singer. She's a beautiful woman. I don't know if you ever seen that album cover of her where she was like.
Never.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Okay. I love her music. If it's either group that comes, would do great. There will be a good vibe there, man. I can feel that right now here just talking to you.
Have you listened to any of Laney Wilson's music?
No.
She's got this new song out with Hardy. It's called "Wait in the Truck."
Okay. Oh no, that's a good song.
You've heard that?
Yeah, just wait in the truck. Yeah, that's wild,
if you listen to
man.
the words, you know what it's about.
Yeah, he's like beating the shit out of her.
No, well, some dude was,
yes.
Kind of like we were talking earlier.
Yes.
You know, he beat the shit out of her, and then she ran into this guy, and he's like, "Where's he at?" And like took her.
Yeah. And
he said, "Wait in the truck," and he went in there and shot him.
I'm strapped permanently, legally, but permanently strapped. If I'm anywhere ever at a place where my wife or I feel my wife or my kids are in danger.
It's not this. You don't want to be on the other end of that.
I'm going home. I'm making it home.
Yeah.
But you might not. And that's that song at the very end, they say, have mercy, have mercy, have mercy on me, right?
Yeah. Well,
right?
I mean, he shot the dude and sat there and waited on the cops to get there.
Yeah, he's like, no, look, he was beating her to death. Now, we're supposed to wait. Let's say someone's coming in this house and they're coming in to rape my children or my wife. You know what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to wait till they come to that threshold.
They threw that out.
Okay.
That's gone.
So I can pow.
If he's standing out in your porch and you feel like he's threatening you or your family, you shoot his ass right there and leave him where he lays.
So the plan now, if we're in the living room, I run to I fight the guy while Vicky runs to the back, gets the shotgun or the AR. Up to her. If I'm in my bed, we're in the middle of the night, someone kicks in that door, I jump awake. I go to my closet, pop, and what I do is there's a line. There's a line that won't hit my kids, but if someone's running through and then back to my room, I shoot through that wall, right through my closet wall. I got 30 rounds, boss. I got 3, 4, 5 clips loaded. And I wait. I'm not okay with anyone touching my kids, my wife, making me feel unsafe, man. Not. And no one should be. That guy did the right thing in that song. You see where Cain Velasquez just got out of jail, right? He bonded out. You know why he was in jail? His kid was in a daycare. And that daycare, the person at the daycare was molesting those kids, man. Regularly. Cain Velasquez is a UFC champion. He's one of the best fighters to ever walk this planet, and he loves his family. So what he did was he went and jumped into his car. He knew where that person was. He grabbed his 9mm pistol. He hunted that car down, and he fired into that car, man. And it was it was the guy and his relative that was driving around to get him away from Cain. If you're driving a child molester around, if you're helping them get away from judgment as it should be passed, you deserve to be shot as well, man. And that's just what that is. Yeah. You got kids. Someone touched your boys.
Speaking of, I would.
Yeah. Hey, I got a gun.
AWOL.
You'd say, hey, Sam, where you at? I'm going crazy. I'm going to follow you. Cool. It's not a thing, man.
But not to change the subject, but speaking of UFC, I watched the other day, one of the greatest fights. It's Ken Shamrock and what's the dude's name? You know him. Know him. Huh?
Hoist?
No. I can see his face, man.
You're gonna start coming and watching fights with us.
Dude, I would love to. I gotta come start training again.
Yeah, come train,
I'm
but
finally getting well.
Life's hard. You're gonna start coming and watching fights with us. We watch fights, we do a little fight companion thing. You gotta start coming, it'll be fun. Bring your guitar, man.
What is this dude's name? Dude?
Bring your guitar, and it'll be so fun.
Right now.
Now, you know Kimo Leopoldo?
Have
you ever heard of Joe Son? So in the first UFCs, there was a guy named Kimo Leopoldo, juiced out of his gourd. He had a guy that walked with him called Joe Sun, right? They walked out with crosses, on big crazy crosses on their back, man. Big crazy crosses. Joe Sun is in prison right now for raping a lady with his friend on Christmas. And then look, he's in prison, right? In his cell, you know what he did to his cellmate? Killed him. A bad person, man. It's crazy, all the stuff in this world, and man, it's insane. Marcus, that's a great song, brother.
I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to look this up. My phone's being slow.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, man, I like you a lot. I think we are good buddies. This was a good podcast. That was an hour easy. We're going over now. We're chilling.
Don Fry.
Oh yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
You remember that fight?
Don Fry. No, I don't know that I remember that one.
Look at it, man, dude. Don Fry was one of the most brutal. Dude, have you not known about Don Fry?
I know. Have you watched Don Fry versus Yoshihiro Takayama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, they were just drilling.
That was wild, man.
Ken Shamrock and Don Fry was a hellacious fight.
Good fight too.
If you have not seen, I don't even know who won. I can't remember.
Hey, who cares? Sometimes both people win.
Dude, they beat the shit out of each other.
When's your next show?
Currently we don't have any on the books.
Okay. So y'all are missing out. Let's get them on. Okay.
We're in the studio trying to get this album finished. We got to drop that song I just played.
That was great, man. That was awesome.
I have a couple more up my sleeve. I got one that I just started writing the other night. I played for the boys, man. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get started on that. But
it's stingy if I ask, but you can play another song, Marcus. You can play one more, and then we'll cut it off. We'll cut it off now. I'll cut it off now. Give us one more. You sang good. You do one more. You sang good. Yeah, we'll do. Sing. You don't have to. No pressure. You're sick. Don't do it today. Don't do it today. Come on the podcast again. Come watch some fights with us. Come on the Fight Companion and bring your guitar.
All right.
Sounds it's going to be some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. I'm not.
No, do you think? Good.
I've been working out in the 20-degree weather every day.
Yeah, the nose is red.
Yeah.
Is it from the weather or
wind chapped? Yeah, wind chapped, man.
Guys, this has been Marcus Spurlock. Great friend of mine. Great singer. That was a badass song.
I love y'all, man.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you for coming on today. I appreciate it,
brother.
We'll see Marcus again. I appreciate you, brother. Bye.